Hey guys, it's Willow. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a chill paint with me and I'm going to be using watercolours to paint this drawing I did, inspired by this reference I found on Pinterest. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little ASMR. So I'm taping down my drawing so that it doesn't buckle as much when I start adding water to it. And I did the initial sketch in a Prismacolor col-erase pencil. Col-erase? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But that way the graphite won't smudge my watercolours. And here I'm just showing you my most recent watercolour piece. I'm not really sure why, but here you go. I'm in no way an expert at watercolour. I just find them really relaxing to use. For some sections, I start with putting down a layer of water because I think that's supposed to help get smoother washes, but then sometimes I just forget, so yeah, it really just depends. As you can probably tell by this very awkward voiceover, it's my first time doing voiceovers, so let me know if you prefer these or captions. The reason I switched to doing voiceovers, well, it might not be permanent, but the reason I did is because captions take a really long time to do, and voiceovers are just a lot quicker overall. Also, sorry if the audio is kind of bad because I'm not using a microphone or anything. I think my favourite part of this painting was probably the shirt because it was just a lot of layering and I found it quite therapeutic. I'd also just like to say thank you so much for 150 subscribers. It really means a lot to me that people actually like watching my videos, and we're growing really fast, so thank you so much. I feel like these voiceovers are really choppy. I don't get how some YouTubers get theirs really smooth. I guess it's going to take a lot of practice. And here are the shoutouts for today's video. Make sure to stick to the end of the video for this week's shoutout emojis. I'm planning on making a Christmas themed video for next week's video, so hopefully that's something you guys will enjoy. And my Christmas holidays have also started, so I might be able to make a couple of extra videos over the next couple of weeks. As always, the supplies that I'm using will be linked in the description, but if you're interested, the watercolours are Winsor and Newton Cotman watercolours, which I think is just their beginner or student set. And as for a palette, I'm just using a random plate. I do know that there's a palette included in the watercolour box, but I prefer to mix on the plate because of the material. I kind of regret adding the little strands coming out of her bow, but I do like how the bow turned out and the bun. If you're wondering about line art, I'm going to do that at the end with coloured pencils, but I accidentally may have forgot to click the record button when I was recording that section, so unfortunately I don't have that bit on camera. It's really annoying because that bit was really satisfying, but oh well, at least we still have the aesthetic montage at the end. I decided to give her blue eyes to match her outfit, and her hair in the reference is like a lighter, more, I don't know what the word is, platinum colour, but I didn't really know how to get that with watercolour, so I just went for a typical blonde. Also, here's a little reminder that I have currently got a Draw This in Your Style contest open for 100 subscribers, so if you're looking for an art contest to take part in, feel free to join. And here's a little tip for any of you who don't know. If you make a mistake in watercolour, you can just use some tissues or like a wet brush or something and it'll literally just erase your mistake. So yeah, that's my go-to. My colour palette or plate was getting a bit chaotic, but I couldn't be bothered to wash it, so I just kind of let the colours run into each other. And my paint water's looking a bit murky, as you can probably tell. Ah yes, here I'm actually doing a demonstration of how my clean water and my dirty water are slowly becoming the same thing. And now to finish off the painting part of this piece, I'm going to add a light pink background, sort of rectangle thing, because pink is red is the complementary colour to blue, so it'll make the character stand out. This part was so satisfying because it just turned out so smooth in the end, and on the left side I applied water first, and on the right side I didn't, and I didn't seem to see a difference, but it probably makes a difference when you're blending. So I shall do some more experimenting when I next use watercolour. I will admit that right now her face is looking a bit rough, but it does get a lot better when I add the pencil, but unfortunately I didn't click record. So I did coloured line art, so blue for the shirt and the shorts and the bow, and I used Tuscan red, I think, for the skin, which is what I usually use. I prefer how the face looked in the sketch, but I think it did end up looking cute. And for some reason I really like how the shading on the legs turned out, I'm not sure why, and obviously the shirt. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and if you were drawing along, I hope your drawings turn out great. If you guys liked that video with voiceover, please let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do more with them in the future. Here's the shout out emoji. Don't forget to like the video, and bye!